Florida woman was caught doing the unthinkable with her dogs. Social media isn't just a distraction. It's such a drug for these people. A school lunch lady brings a student home, not for a meal, but for something much worse. You'd think that with all the recent arrests of female teachers involved in inappropriate relationships with underage students, not to mention the headlines they make, others would take note and avoid repeating the same mistakes. Yet, it seems these warnings fall on deaf ears, as the behavior continues without hesitation. A South Carolina family found dead in their home under chilling circumstances. One notable detail in the obituary is the absence of any mention of Richard as a loving husband. Instead, it only highlights his roles as a father, son, brother, and friend. That omission might not be accidental. Welcome to Ferocity TV. I'm Amara, and you're tuned in to Crime and Legal Flash, where we dive deep into the latest criminal cases that have rocked the headlines. This is episode 2, and we've got 3 stories that will shock you down to your spine. First, a Florida woman has been arrested for committing unspeakable acts with her dogs. Also, prepare yourself for the unbelievable reason a school lunch lady was taken into custody. And lastly, we have disturbing new details in the tragic case of a banker found dead alongside his wife and child. Let's start with the bizarre case of a school lunch lady who was arrested for something that seems unbelievable. It's a shocking twist to a position you'd expect to be about nourishing kids, but instead, well, you'll hear it all in a moment. An Alabama lunch lady was arrested this week after allegedly confessing to having sex with a student. Amy Nicole Wigginton, 41, reportedly admitted to having sex with the boy on at least 2 separate occasions at her home in March 2025. As a lunch lady in the Lauderdale County School System in Lauderdale, Alabama, Wigginton often shared images to social media with her husband and children. You'd think that with all the recent arrests of female teachers involved in inappropriate relationships with underage students, not to mention the headlines they make, others would take note and avoid repeating the same mistakes. Yet, it seems these warnings fall on deaf ears as the behavior continues without hesitation. Wigginton was arrested last week after officers confronted her over the allegations. She was interviewed by police, and after making her confession, she was charged with 2 counts of a school employee engaging in a sex act or deviant sexual intercourse with a student. It is unclear how old the student was, with a court document obtained by WAFF 48 noting that they were enrolled in her school and is under the age of 19. The age of consent in Alabama is 16 years old. But sex abuse charges can be filed in cases involving victims aged up to 18 if the suspect is an adult whose job it is to care for them. Wigginton was booked into the Lauderdale County Jail and is being held on a $100,000 bond. Next, we have a tragic mystery unfolding after a banker and his family were found dead in their home. The chilling details of their deaths are disturbing, and authorities are still piecing together what happened in this heartbreaking case. It's a tragedy that's left everyone asking the same question. What really went down that morning? The obituaries of the family found dead in their South Carolina mansion have raised more questions about the circumstances of their death. The bodies of Richard Summerall, 54, his wife Lena, 45, and their daughter Samantha, 9, were discovered at their Greer residence on Friday morning. Police have yet to release any details on the manner or nature of the deaths. Lena and Samantha have since been honored in a joint obituary, which makes no mention of Richard or his death. Meanwhile, the father of 3 was remembered in a separate tribute, which made brief mention of his late wife and daughter. Locals have no idea if the deaths were the result of a terrible accident or something more sinister, such as a murder-suicide. The family were found dead at around 11:30 a.m., following a call from a concerned neighbor. Officers entered the $783,000 home and quickly determined there was no threat to the public. The couple's other 2 children were at school at the time, police said, and have now been orphaned. Neighbors told Fox that the police had packed up and vacated the home within hours and family was swiftly allowed back in. The nature of the deaths are curious to many of us in the neighborhood, the neighbor said. Police were gone by 5 p.m. and family was in and at the house that evening, the neighbor concluded. Lena was remembered in her obituary as a beacon of light in the lives of all who knew her, embodying the virtues of love, kindness, and selflessness throughout her journey on earth. The Colombian-born mom worked as a psychiatric nurse after obtaining a master's degree. Lena was a portrait of health and beauty, both inside and out, her obituary states. She dedicated herself to living a healthy lifestyle and had a special appreciation for all things beauty. Her pure heart and honesty were the hallmarks of her character, and she approached every aspect of her life with integrity. Samantha was memorialized as a beacon of love and gentleness, who was described as an angel on earth. Samantha's legacy is one of kindness and compassion, a reminder to all to approach life with a gentle spirit. Her obituary read, Richard, or Rick as he was known, was given a much shorter obituary. Rick was well respected and liked by his friends and fellow colleagues, and his keen sense of humor was appreciated by everyone who knew him, the death notice states. He was remembered first as a beloved son and fun-loving brother. The obituary describes his relationship with his children, stating he lovingly shared with them his passion for soccer, chess, and family outings. One notable detail in the obituary is the absence of any mention of Richard as a loving husband. Instead, it only highlights his roles as a father, son, brother, and friend. That omission might not be accidental. The coroner's office put the family's time of death at between 10:20 a.m. and 11:29 a.m. Friday. More information will be released at the appropriate time once both the coroner's office and this agency can further their respective investigations of this incident, the police said in a statement. Finally, we bring you the case of a Florida woman who was arrested for unspeakable acts with a dog. Yes, you heard that right. The details are disturbing, and we'll get into the specifics shortly. This case is the kind of story that leaves you speechless and questioning how anyone could commit such a heinous act. A Florida influencer hung her head in shame as she was perp-walked following her arrest for allegedly having sex with her chihuahua. Logan Guminski, 27, is accused of filming herself having intercourse with the dog for one of her social media followers in exchange for money. She was seen walking with police in handcuffs while keeping her head down after her shocking arrest last month. The influencer faces 2 felonies, sexual activity involving an animal and filming sexual activity involving an animal, with her arrest coming after a horrified viewer saw one of her videos and reported her. The tip was reportedly made in January after Guminski shared a video of her with her chihuahua to her 15,000 Instagram followers. When detectives confronted Guminski, she reportedly told them that she was a content creator who generates explicit photos and videos to sell on the internet. The Marion County Sheriff's Office said Guminski did not deny making the video with her chihuahua, but said she made it for a social media follower who paid $500, reports NBC Miami. During the investigation into Guminski, authorities said they found several photos and videos of her with the abused animal seen in the alleged clip. When she was interviewed, Guminski also allegedly admitted to being involved in sexual activity with a different animal. She added that she had videos of both incidents stored on her cell phone, according to cops. She was released on a $10,000 bond on March 22nd. Guminski is due to appear in court for her arraignment hearing on April 22nd, documents obtained by DailyMail.com show. Major crimes detective Jordan Batts with the Marion County Sheriff's Office told 13 News that following Guminski's arrest, unfortunately, this isn't my first case of this nature. It's always shocking. It'll never not be shocking, especially when you have to watch the video, but I have seen it before, so it's not out of the ordinary, unfortunately, she said. Guminski has built a small following on social media and often shared pictures of herself with her pet dogs. On March 13th, she posted a compilation video of her and her dogs and captioned it, "What can I say? They are quite literally my whole world." She appeared to own multiple chihuahuas. It is unclear where the dogs are now. Just days later, on March 19th, she shared a video of a new dog she got named Juniper. Introducing the newest member of the family. "Guys, say hi to Juniper, aka Junebug," she wrote. Her page does not currently show any clips of her engaging in sexual activity with her dogs. In another image, she posed in a mirror with a tan chihuahua, while other posts showed her with a black and white chihuahua. Another recent clip showed the tan dog sleeping in her arms while she petted the animal and smiled at the camera. That's all for today's shocking episode of Crime and Legal Flash. Check out episode 1 if you haven't done so. If you were as stunned by these stories as I was, make sure to like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe for more unfiltered updates on the cases that matter. And be sure to check out Echoes in the Cold Case Chronicles. Catch you next time.